National Park Service Arrowhead, text reading Mount Rushmore National Memorial, Experience Your America, text reading The Hall of Records, A Not-So-Secret Room. Image of Mount Rushmore before any blasting. The Black Hills are a dynamic place with many nooks and crannies. Aerial photographs of Mount Rushmore during carving. But there is a large man-made nook in the canyon behind Mount Rushmore. Image of the faces of Mount Rushmore. Behind the famous faces is a room that some would say is secret. While it isn't a place that visitors can go, there are no secrets surrounding its existence. It's called the Hall of Records. Image of the Hall of Records behind the heads. Image of sculptor Gutzon Borglum in a stylish hat. In the early 1900s, there was a man with a great and complex vision. Image of the faces of Mount Rushmore. Having been himself frustrated by the lack of records for places like Easter Island and the pyramids of Egypt, images of the Easter Island sculptures and the pyramids of Egypt. Images of each of the individual faces during carving stages. Gutzon Borglum was determined to not only carve a massive sculpture in the Black Hills, he wanted to make sure that generations well into the future would know its significance. Images of the Hall of Records, about 20 feet high and 14 feet wide. There are several men who are working to blast out the rock. This is where the idea behind the Hall of Records was born. Today it is merely a piece of what Borglum desired. Image of a blueprint of the Hall of Records showing an octagonal shape. In writings and renderings, Gutzon had shown a great hall, 100 feet wide, with double doors spanning 14 feet. Image taken from within the Hall of Records. He wanted to line the walls with sculptures of famous Americans that he believed shaped the country. Image of the Constitution and image of the Bill of Rights. Those walls would be inscribed with important documents like the Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights. Various images of the Hall of Records, which looks like a tunnel or cave. His vision, while spectacular, was also very costly. A couple of years before the memorial would be declared complete, Borglum began the somewhat sneaky process of sculpting the Great Hall. He made it about 70 feet into the hard granite before Congress took notice. Historical footage from the 1930s of the Hall of Records. Miffed that Gutzon had used the funds given for the faces, Congress told the proud artist to cut it out. The hall remained in its raw form until 1998. Many expressed interest in finishing the Great Hall, including Gutzon's children. Older video footage of the adult children, Lincoln Borglum and Mary Ellis Borglum, talking about the Hall of Records.
On my final report to the Commission, I stated that the granite stairway and the Hall of Records were essential to the memorial's completion. I felt that the memorial would become a riddle to people a few thousand years from now without explanatory data.
This is so important to the monument itself, is to have a record of that monument. The entrance is there, and it's the Hall of Records. He felt that without that, it was like putting a letter in a box with no address, no post. 1,000 years from now is quite a bit of time for us, but you know, Rushmore is going to be up there 50,000 years from now. And our whole civilization, our whole world may have changed by then.
Image of an aerial photograph of Mount Rushmore. While it would have been quite costly to finish the space, as Borglum had intended, in 1998 an alteration was made that would see the purpose of the Hall of Records realized. Images of the contents of the Hall of Records, including the capstone, the teak and titanium boxes, the 16 tablets, and people placing the tablets within the boxes. All of the contents are about 4 feet long and 2 feet wide. A hole was drilled deep into the floor at the entrance of the cave-like space. Inside of that hole, a titanium box was set, and a teak box within that. Titanium is known for being non-corrosive, meaning that it won't rust and degrade over time. Image of the teak box propped up with the 16 tablets next to it. Across the screen reads the following: The Records, Mount Rushmore National Memorial, George Washington, the first President of the United States, text of the United States Constitution, amendments to the Constitution, the original 10 amendments, Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, text of the Declaration of Independence. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, text of the Gettysburg Address. Theodore Roosevelt, 26th President of the United States, how the memorial was completed, the work involved to create the figures, Mount Rushmore, the sculptor Gutzon Borglum, the meaning of Mount Rushmore. Within those boxes were placed 16 porcelain enamel tablets, which should also stand the test of time. Printed on those tablets is a wealth of information about Mount Rushmore National Memorial, including profiles on all 4 of the presidents. It is truly a shrine of democracy. With the record secured underground, a heavy granite capstone was placed on top. Etched on the capstone is the following quote by Gutzon Borglum. Image within the Hall of Records containing the following text as read. Let us place there, carved high, as close to heaven as we can, the words of our leaders, their faces, to show posterity what manner of men they were. Then breathe a prayer that these records will endure until the wind and rain alone shall wear them away. Image of the carving with Jefferson's face looking to a blue sky. With contributions from many corners of the globe, the National Park Service has taken scans of the entire hall and made a 3D rendering of the space. Image of Mount Rushmore, with one side looking as it does to the naked eye, and the other of the digital scan. So while visitors are not allowed to go up there, video of a 3D digital model, panning around and looking at it from different angles. We can bring it to you virtually. And sorry to say, there are no other secret rooms at Mount Rushmore. National Park Service logo with text reading, Mount Rushmore National Memorial, Experience Your America.